Weather coverage you can count on with Alabama's weather anchor of the year, Way 31's chief meteorologist Kate McKenna.
Still seeing a quiet picture for the time being across North Alabama on the Way 31 storm tracker early warning radar network. Just a little bit of noise being picked up right now. Our radars are just that sensitive. But look at the wider view. You'll see farther toward the west a line of severe storms. I mentioned this to you earlier. It's hard to find a spot along this line where there is not a warning covering where the line is moving through. So severe thunderstorm warnings and in between tornado warnings with this as it's tracking eastward between 35 and 40 miles per hour. Ahead of that, we've still got some steady rain and the occasional rumble of thunder with all of this rain here between Memphis and Corinth. So you'll see those showers trying to fill in there ahead of the line. It's important to remember, though, that this is still going to be very intense by the time it is moving into North Alabama. Just to kind of give you an idea, I'm tracking the leading edge of where this line is most intense, tracking eastward as fast as 40 miles per hour, remember. So it is going to be knocking on our door in the shoals. This is slowed down a little bit that we've been watching this data every run, every hour this afternoon. We have noticed that slight slowing trend. Regardless, this is still very close to the same forecast that we've been giving you basically all week long, that this is going to be an impact through the late evening and first part of the overnight here in North Alabama. You can see kind of that little bend in the line right there southwest of Memphis. So that's the kind of stuff that we need to watch for. Embedded tornadoes and damaging straight line wind. Now, speaking of wind, we are already dealing with very strong non-thunderstorm wind. We've gotten a couple wind reports around the area of trees down and things like that. We're gusting to 35 right now in Muscle Shoals. Look at all of the cloud cover here in Muscle Shoals on the Way 31 Thompson Roofing and Construction Skycam network. The cloud cover today, although we have seen some sunshine earlier, the clouds have been moving back in, and it's not going to make a whole lot of difference when it comes to limiting that fuel for thunderstorms in the sense that the wind energy is going to keep these storms going and keep them strong. Wind out of the south sustained 21 miles per hour. Here's a look at the outlined risk for severe weather. You do see that it drops with eastward extent, but all of North Alabama facing that threat level 3 or 4 out of 5. So that's why we still need to stay on high alert. And because some folks will be going to bed farther toward the east, coming through later at night with these thunderstorms, have multiple ways to receive warnings because there is, remember, that tornado threat and the risk for high wind. We're not just talking 60 mile per hour wind, marginally severe. We mean winds 70 to 80 miles per hour as a possibility here. You want to treat those warnings, those severe thunderstorm warnings, like tornado warnings in an instance like tonight. And then, of course, that tornado threat is there as well. That tornado watch that is currently in effect bumps right up to the state line. But we have heard from the Storm Prediction Center and the National Weather Service that they're considering issuing that warning farther toward the east, or that watch farther east, very close to likely the I-65 corridor. So if and when that happens, you will see that information scrolling at the top of your screen. So that tornado watch is not including any counties right now in North Alabama or southern Middle Tennessee, but it is very close. Notice here that the wind, as we go through tonight, finally starts to quiet down just a little bit as we get into tomorrow morning. Still breezy, but not like what we are dealing with right now. Gusts over 35 miles per hour. So watch what happens here. We'll time all of this out for you. This data source, this is the hour by hour update. So you're getting probably the best representation of where this line is currently and where it's going to be. So by 6 o'clock, still between Memphis and Tupelo, continuing to see that line track eastward. Here's 7 o'clock. Told you it's knocking on our door, moving through Tupelo as we speak by this point. 8 o'clock, still seeing that line tracking eastward, and here it comes through the shoals. 9, now all the way to 10 o'clock, now all the way to 11 o'clock. It is now cleared northwest Alabama. Still raining heavily through the I-65 corridor, but the wind just starting to ramp up across northeast Alabama. There's midnight. By 1 o'clock, now all the way to early Thursday morning, we are done with this. A lingering shower chances present early tomorrow morning, and it is still a little bit breezy and cloudy. We should even see some sunshine through the second half of the day. Temperatures are dropping behind this line of storms because it is a cold front passing, 66 degrees tomorrow. We're back close to 70 by Saturday. Our next chance for thunderstorms looks like it's going to be next Tuesday. If we find ourselves in wall-to-wall coverage for these severe storms tonight, you can always listen if you happen to lose power on any one of these radio stations.